What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. Today we're going to tackle question 39 in the 6th grade math problems that North Carolina released this past school year. We see that Karen has a cube that has a side length of 6 inches. We see the net of the cube, which means what would happen if we were to put a whole bunch of paper all around the cube and unfold it. And we're trying to figure out the surface area of the cube, so essentially the total area in all of these squares if each one of these sides measures 6 inches. Alright, so to do well on a question like this, the biggest thing that we'll need is to know what it means for a three-dimensional solid to have a net. We'll also end up using the formula for the area of a square, which is length times width. I will also point out that because these are all squares and they're all the same size, because this is a cube, and if you break a cube down, all the squares are going to be the same size. If one of these sides is 6 inches, all of them are 6 inches. Which means, this will actually make this a bit easier for us, we only have to find the area of one of these squares, and then multiply it by the number of squares that we see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, let's go ahead and find the area of one of these squares. Our length is 6, our width is 6. 6 times 6, you might know from times tables, or you could plug it in your calculator, is 36. Now I'm going to multiply by 6 again, and this time, this number 6 is going to come from the fact that there are 6 squares in this net, all of which are the same size, they're all congruent. And now 36 times 6, whether you do this in your calculator or in your head, which would be very impressive or whatever, you should end up with 216, which matches answer choice D. So if the cube has a side length of 6 inches, the surface area, the total area of this whole thing is 216 square inches, because one of these squares is 6 by 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. There's 6 of these, so we multiply 36 by 6 again to get 216.